In December 2018, streamer from Kansas, Missouri, Tron1717 started a livestream from his car. On the recording, we see the officer sitting behind the wheel, obviously drunk as he cannot even speak properly.
My babe doesn't want me to, but we have to. She doesn't call me to say that she don't want to. So we have to.
His viewers try to convince the officer not to drive, but he doesn't listen to them and continues with his drive.
I'm meeting up with people from work, so we have to go. People from work, babe. People from work.
Some viewers are even threatening to call the police, but John doesn't seem to pay attention to that. In the beginning, it seems the officer has the car under control and is not in any danger. That's at least the case until this happens. The officer crashed and ended what could have been a fatal mistake.
Oh,
Fortunately, he only smashed into a lamp and no one was injured in the incident. A few days later, John was fined for driving under the influence of alcohol and also got a ban on Twitch for a few days. Ricky Velasquez is a YouTuber who often explores abandoned and very disturbing places, broadcasting his every step live on his channel. He was recently challenged by his fans to stay one night in a supposedly highly haunted abandoned house located in Mexico. Ricky's viewers think he can stay inside for even 1 hour. So Ricky accepts the challenge and turns on the live broadcast after reaching the location. But just a few minutes after the start, something he probably did not expect happens.
Ok, esto sí me huele mal.
Ricky is already starting to realize that staying in the house for over an hour won't be as easy as he first thought. After a while, however, he brushes this incident off and goes to explore the second floor of the building.
Hola. Ay, güey. Ok. Pero me ha tocado cosas más feas. ¿Qué es, un balcón o qué? Un balconcito. Qué gusto está, ¿verdad? Ay, no mames. No, ya valí madre. Oh, la bestia. Se va a caer. No. ¿Qué pedo aquí? Ay, güey. ¿Qué mierda es eso?
Ricky almost falls through the floor to the room below. However, that is not the only thing that shocked his viewers. As Ricky shows the outside view, a quiet voice can be heard saying something right next to the camera. Still on the second floor, Ricky starts hearing noises from right behind him, but every time he turns around there is no one there. He wants to look at the source of these sounds by pointing the camera and flashlight behind him.
No mames.
Ricky hears the voice this time and starts to think that he really isn't alone here. But he is determined to continue exploring and goes to the bathroom on the second floor. See what happened next.
Hola. Empiezo a sentir el lado. ¿Qué se escuchó? Hola.
Ricky sees a pale figure of a woman standing directly behind him and runs out of the building. After only about half an hour inside, Ricky has had enough and leaves the place. So is it real or just a hoax? Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comments. In January 2017, taxi driver Mike Billy picked up his first passenger of the day when he started his shift at 10 AM. At first everything seemed fine. But things quickly turned upside down when the passenger in question, Henrik Antonio Gomez, claimed to have a bomb on him. Billy had no choice but to drive him to a nearby bank where he began to live broadcast on his Facebook.
Look, we're gonna go. I'm going to take you with me, okay?
Miss,
And
just listen to him.
I'm gonna surrender once I say my message, okay? Once I give away this money, that's it.
Get out, get out,
You,
get out,
your
get out,
register, give me the money in your register too. Alright? I'm gonna surrender. Alright? Once I give away this money to people or
Can I put on my shirt? Thank you.
then I'll surrender. I'll answer to the judges. I'll answer to the media. I just want to speak before Congress. I want people to listen to me and for them to stop lying to us. They're lying to us. They're telling us that Russia hacked the elections and they're trying to start.
Billy later started a second and third live stream where he sits in the car with Gomez.
So that we have
Got a
stronger military and have things.
Got me running around with him. He's got a message, guys. You show bomb to the people.
I'll show the money. The
Show
bomb
money.
is here to. It's a point of view like mine that wants peace on the planet for countries to merge. I don't want us to fight a war with Russia. Why are we leading to another world war? That's what the UN is for. That means the UN isn't working. That means that our government is not playing nice with other people. And it's not because we don't want to. It's because our leaders are not doing what they're supposed to do. They're lying to us.
They eventually made it to the beach where Gomez gave away all $11,000 to random people and then called the police on himself. Back in 2017, Brazilian streamer Kohan77 was in the middle of a game he was broadcasting live on his Twitch channel. Then suddenly, two armed guys entered the streamer's room.
Tava jogando Christian Office faz umas 6 horas. Eu só não resetei, Léo. Eu não vou resetar o log da Demon Task.
Cala a boca, cala a boca.
Cohen is obviously very scared, but still does as they say and tries to remain as calm as possible.
Ok.
The men eventually walk away from the camera with Cohen, and moments later, before the stream ends, one of the robbers appears on the camera. Unfortunately, his face cannot be seen on the camera. Cohen later published a post on his Facebook where he writes that although the robbers stole his car and a lot of other valuables, luckily he and his family were not injured. Twitch streamer Rasby was at a friend's house one night, babysitting his cat while he's away. Since he had nothing to do here, he turned on the stream and started playing games. It seems that he and the cat were not the only ones inside the apartment, however.
Yeah, that was the tragic story of my my bringing down of my dearest Lydia. Oh my!
After the door slammed shut by itself, the lights in another room turned on by themselves. Rabzi gets up and turns the light off, but when he comes back, the light turns on by itself. At this point you can see he is quite scared, but it doesn't end here.
Like how much?
It's not like we needed, guys. It's not like we needed any sleep or anything.
After this, Rabzi had enough and ended the stream. So what do you think? Was it just a prank, or is it really paranormal activity? The team from the YouTube channel Paranormal Me often visits various interesting and often haunted places. In this video, they explore a dark forest where they say a mysterious figure has been seen several times. It seems that this theory might have some truth in it.
Abi Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Eventually, the team comes across a strange hatch in the middle of this forest. After thinking for a while, they decide to open it and see what's inside. As they pan the camera around the room, they catch a strange dark figure standing in one of the corners. It is semi-transparent and has a rather strange shape. As soon as the offers notice the figure, they close the hatch and move on. Curiosity eventually gets the better of them though, and after a few seconds they look inside again. This time, however, there is no signal of the figure at all. Many people think that the creature is just one of their friends. I have my doubts too, but after all, there is no other room inside or anything like that where you can hide from the camera afterwards. So what do you think of this video? I'll leave the decision up to you, of course. In August 1997, KNBC was broadcasting live from its studio in Los Angeles when suddenly a man with a gun appears in the shot. He got inside the building by simply telling the security guards that he worked at the station, and they let him go.
You know, one of the nicest things about shopping by mail order... Pardon me? What is it? Let me read this. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed to me. You want to tell me your name or not?
This man, Gary Stallman, came into the room and pointed the gun at one of the reporters and had him read a speech he had prepared. It says that Gary's father, who once worked at KNBC, is not his biological father, but a clone created by the CIA with the help of aliens. After the reporter finished reading the speech, Stallman immediately puts the gun down on the table, which was later discovered to be just an unloaded stun gun. Shortly after, the police arrived on the scene and Stallman was taken into custody. I came across this last clip while gathering materials for this video, and it's more of a lighthearted clip than a scary one. In the video, we see a debate between two journalists who are talking about the conflict in Syria. During this debate, however, the two men started a conflict of their own. The final straw was when one of the journalists accused the other of supporting the Syrian opposition, and then this happened.
انت اللي بدأت انا اخرس لا يا انت اللي بدأت يا شاكر انت اللي شاكر يا اخوان انت اللي بدأت لا انت اللي بدأت يا سيد لا
The man broke a table in the studio and began to wrestle until security intervened. The host of this debate unsuccessfully tries to calm them down, but they won't give up. Although it is partly disturbing that they started fighting despite the fact that they were live broadcasting. As I said, I find this video rather funny and as a good ending to this video. Thank you all so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, then please subscribe, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.